Mr. Smith, do you see criminals to my left? You don't see any. Do you see people who are committing crimes because they continue to believe things that just aren't true? That's paraphrasing Ronald Reagan, that liberals aren't stupid, they just know things that don't happen to be true. If the president believed that he was cheated in an election, that there was fraud, or in some other way a number of items led to his defeat, when in fact he should have won according to the Constitution, does that make him a criminal?
Welcome back to GOP Pulse, Patriots. You need to drop what you're doing and watch this right now. We have just witnessed a moment in a congressional hearing that should be leading every news broadcast in the world, but we know the fake news is going to bury it. Yesterday, Darrell Issa took Jack Smith to the woodshed, and he got the one thing the deep state never gives up, an admission of guilt. We are talking about the Special Counsel's office effectively spying on the records of a sitting Speaker of the House and the Chairman of the Judiciary Committee, Jim Jordan, and then hiding those names from the judges to get gag orders. This isn't just procedural. This is a full-blown constitutional crisis. This is the weaponization of the DOJ at a level we haven't seen since the days of Richard Nixon. If you're ready to see the raw footage and the reaction that the Biden-Harris machine is trying to suppress, stay tuned. We are pulling no punches today. Since the days of Richard Nixon. If you're ready to see the raw footage and the reaction that the Biden-Harris machine is trying to suppress, stay tuned. We are pulling no punches today. Let's start with how Darrell Issa set the trap. He brought up a classic Ronald Reagan quote, that liberals aren't stupid, they just know things that aren't true. Issa's point was simple. Since when is it a crime in America to be wrong? Since when is it a crime to believe an election was stolen? We have a First Amendment in this country. You have the absolute right to believe whatever you want and to lobby your government based on those beliefs. But Jack Smith and his band of legal mercenaries have tried to turn belief into a conspiracy. Issa hit him hard on this. He asked, "Does believing you were cheated make you a criminal?" Smith's answer? A weak no. Well, if the answer is no, then why is Donald Trump in court? Why are patriots from January 6th sitting in jail for exercising their right to protest a result they believed was fraudulent? My opinion, this was never about the law. This was about the deep state telling the American people, if you question our results, we will ruin your life. It's thought police tactics, plain and simple, and it has no place in a free republic. This is the part that should have every American, regardless of party, terrified. Issa cornered Jack Smith on the records of Kevin McCarthy and Jim Jordan. Think about the separation of powers. You have the executive branch, the DOJ, digging into the private communications of the legislative branch. That is a massive no-go zone in the Constitution. But Jack Smith didn't care. He went to a judge to get these records, and he put a gag order on them so the congressman wouldn't even know they were being watched. And here is the gotcha moment. Issa asked, "Did you withhold the name of Kevin McCarthy and Jim Jordan from the judge when you asked for the gag order?" And Jack Smith, on camera, under oath, admitted it. He said, "We did not provide that information to the judge." Let that sink in. They hid the identities of the top leaders of the U.S. House of Representatives from the court because they knew if the judge saw those names, he might actually respect the Constitution and say, no. They lied by omission to spy on their political enemies. This is Nixonian. This is the president's men stuff. Jack Smith isn't a nonpartisan prosecutor. He is the armed wing of the Biden-Harris campaign. He is a hitman with a law degree. Of course, it wouldn't be a hearing without Jamie Raskin jumping in to save his master. As soon as Issa started getting Smith to admit the truth, Raskin started screaming about procedure and letting the witness answer. Patriots, we know what that is. That's a smoke screen. Whenever a Republican gets close to the truth, the Democrats start banging their gavels and complaining about time limits. They didn't want Jack Smith to answer because they knew the answer was a confession. Issa didn't back down. He fought for his time. He told Smith, "I yield back in disgust." And I'm right there with him. How can we trust a Department of Justice that believes it can secretly monitor the Speaker of the House without telling the court who they are looking at? If they can do this to Kevin McCarthy, what are they doing to you? What are they doing to your local school board members or your neighbors who show up at GOP rallies? If the Speaker of the House doesn't have a right to privacy from the DOJ, then the Constitution is officially a dead letter in the eyes of Jack Smith. Here is my final take for today. Jack Smith has just proven that he is a rogue actor. He is operating outside the bounds of Article 1, Article 2, and Article 3 of the Constitution. He is a one-man wrecking ball aimed at the heart of our republic. The admission that he withheld names from a judge to bypass the separation of powers should be enough to disbar him and disband his office tomorrow. This is why Doge, Elon Musk, and Vivek Ramaswamy need to look at the DOJ budget first. We are paying for our own surveillance. We are paying the salaries of the people who are spying on our representatives. I want you to flood the comments right now. Type, disband the DOJ, or spy on the swamp, not the people. We need to make this go viral because you know the 6 p.m. news won't show Jack Smith admitting he hid McCarthy's name from a judge. Share this video everywhere. Use the tags. Beat the algorithm. We are GOP Pulse, and we are the only ones holding these tyrants' feet to the fire. Subscribe if you're ready for the 2026 sweep. I'm your host. God bless the truth tellers, and God bless America. We'll see you on the next one.